Hey guys, this is a proper early one for me. It's currently 5 a.m. in the UK. I went to sleep mega early last night, so I had a long sleep. But while I was asleep, there's been a press conference in the Savanah Soto murder case. So I thought we could watch it together. This happened 6 hours ago, I think. So I'm well behind the curve, but I thought we could watch this press conference together because some of you guys, you're just getting up, you might not have seen it. Like me, you might have been asleep like me. So I thought we could watch it together. There's also a new surveillance video that San Antonio police have put out, which is interesting, with a potential person of interest on it. So I'm trying to stick to what the police are putting out, like primarily, because there's so much on social media being posted that it's impossible to gauge which bits are factually correct and which are not. So I'm trying to stick to the official updates, where possible. I mean, some of what's coming out on social media probably will turn out to be correct. Maybe the stuff that the families, Matthew and Savannah's families are putting out will turn out to be correct. But at this moment in time, this early on in such a complex investigation, I'm trying to tune out, honestly, a lot of the noise because, it just drags you down. So let's see who's in the house just quickly. Kylie, good afternoon from Australia. Afternoon. So it's very early morning for me. Hello, Betsy Barn. Sarah. Who else have we got here? Shani. Shari. Purple AJ. Laura. JC. Tassie. Susing. E.T. Yeah, you're really catching a live stream. Rhonda, Black Cat Mom, Dahlia, Jude, Grandmother Crone. It's absolutely tragic. Yes, it is. It really is. Dee Dee's Craft, Cecile, Sonia member for 20 months. Thank you so much. Got some really long-term members now. All right, let's play this press conference. I know they think they were murdered on the 22nd. She was due to be induced on the 23rd. I know. I feel the same. I feel the same. 12:03 in South Carolina. 10:03 in Calgary. You did. You actually caught alive, Krista. All right, let's play this press conference. Now, I don't think the volume's great on it. This is coming direct from San Antonio Police Facebook page, so it's not had an audio boost. When news channels play it, they're able to boost the audio, but this is direct from the source. Dee Dee's Craft, member for 12 months. Starting Craft channel soon. Great. All right, let's play this presser. I've got my volume turned up as high as I can, both on Facebook and on my laptop. It's playing through my laptop, and my laptop has an audio booster on it as well. So if the audio is bad, it's them, not me. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't even put CCs on because it's live from Facebook. Okay, let's play it. So it's 9 minutes long.
on this case. I'll go over it again anyway, briefly. Because this is an open investigation, I'm not going to answer questions unless it's to confirm something I've just said, but I'm not going to answer questions that may get into the details of the investigation. So first of all, I want to extend condolences to the families of both Savanah and Matthew. I also want to reassure them that detectives are doing everything that they can do to solve this case. Savanah, Soto, and 22-year-old Matthew Guerra were reported missing by Leon Valley on 12/23/23. A clear alert was issued for Savanah by DPS because it met the criteria for a clear alert to be issued. CLEAR stands for the state's Coordinated Law Enforcement Adult Rescue Alert Program. Families of both victims reached out to SAPD on the 23rd to make a police report, but we had learned that Leon Valley had already taken a missing person report. Savanah and Matthew resided in Leon Valley's jurisdiction, and were last seen in Leon Valley. Therefore, Leon Valley was the reporting jurisdiction. Officers did document details provided by the family members under an SAPD information report. On the 26th at about 4 o'clock, SAPD was called to assist Leon Valley PD at 5903 Danny K. Leon Valley was requesting assistance. Families of both victims were at the location and reported to Leon Valley PD that earlier in the day, they received information that the missing gray Kia Optima was at the Danny K address. When police arrived, they discovered 2 people in the Kia. EMS was called to the scene, and they pronounced both victims at the scene. It appeared that the vehicle had been located at that location for several days. The medical examiner had identified 22-year-old Matthew as one of the deceased victims in the vehicle, and he died from a gunshot wound to the head. The manner of that death is still pending. The second deceased victim has not yet been officially identified by the medical examiner. However, I think we can be confident that that second victim was Savanah. This case is being investigated as a capital murder case. Detectives right now are combing through days of surveillance video from several different locations that the victims were known to be, where the victims were known to be. Detectives are hopeful that surveillance video will lead to the events leading up to their death. Detectives are also combing through social media and cell phone records to determine the last communications with the victims. We have a video here that we're going to share with you. We have already put it out on social media. You may have already seen it, but we're going to run this video here today. We are hoping that someone is able to identify the individuals that are seen in this video. If anyone has any information regarding what they may see in this video, we would ask that you call homicide on 207-7635. You can remain anonymous. You do not have to give your name. The video was taken from a nearby location where the bodies were located. And finally, here is a slowed down image of the first person of interest getting out of the Chevy Silverado that is seen next to the Kia. And then here's another, there'll be another slowed down image of the second person of interest getting out of the victim's Kia Optima. Once you've looked at the video, I will take a few questions, again, only to clarify what I've said if you're not quite sure about it, but I will not take questions other than what I've just talked about because the investigation is still active.
Chief, you said that ME said that for Matthew Guerra, it was a gunshot wound to the head, but when we called them, they said it's a contact gunshot wound. What does that mean?
It means that it was there. when we talk about the manner of death has not been determined, the manner meaning, was it a suicide or was it a murder? So that's what the ME has yet to officially put out.
So there's a possibility that this could be a murder-suicide.
That possibility exists, but right now we don't believe so unless we get information from the ME that would change our current course.
You don't believe so, and I wonder the callousness of all this. What is your message to the person or persons who may have committed this?
You know, somebody asked me that the other night, and I don't know what value that adds to this interview, what message I would put out. I mean, clearly, it was a heinous act. It was, you know, unspeakable, the tragedy of it. I mean, what message would I give to those folks? I mean, I don't see what the value of that question is, but anyway.
And just to clarify, you were treating this as a homicide for both people?
It is a capital murder investigation.
For both victims?
Yes, right now, unless we get information that changes that.
And Chief, when was this surveillance video? Is this one from the 26th?
Say it again?
Where and when was this surveillance video taken?
A few days before
Yeah.
Days
the
before.
bodies were discovered.
And where was this? What's the address of this area?
Where what?
Where the
What's that?
bodies-
Is this where the bodies were discovered?
Very close to it,
Very
yes.
close to it.
I do see, I believe he is handing something to the driver of the pickup truck. Do we know anything about?
I mean, that's what we're looking at. What we believe right now, it was something to wipe the side of the car down with. You know, we can't be 100% certain of that, but that's what we're studying in this video, and that's what we believe right now.
And do we believe that these people may have any links of some sort? Do we know what links they have?
I don't know that. And again, would be part of the investigation.
So just to be clear, the vehicle, the Kia Optima, that's the vehicle that they were found in.
Yes,
But the person that's getting out of the vehicle, you're saying out of the Kia Optima, is there somebody that gets out of that vehicle that you're trying
Yes.
to?
yes.
And you don't believe it to be either Matthew? Or,
No.
Okay.
So
Correct.
do you all believe that they were shot, the killings happened somewhere else and they drove the car and dumped it? in the
Well,
parking lot?
you know, again, I don't want to get into the details other than what I've talked about here today. So the answer to that question would be yes. But other than that, again, I'm not going to answer questions that are outside of what I just talked about.
So in this video, do you think that they're dead or alive?
Pardon?
In this video, do you think they're dead or alive?
Again, I'm not going to get into that.
And then one other question, the day of the crime scene, you called it perplexing. Now you've learned a couple more details. Can you go into why you use that word?
Because it was unknown at the time. I mean, we had been there not very long at all. And it was undetermined at that time whether we were going to be looking at it as a murder-suicide or as a capital murder investigation. So I think we've kind of gotten past that point right now, unless we get evidence that would lead us to believe otherwise, but I think we're past that point right now.
One
You said
more
the
question.
bodies have been there for several days. How many days exactly?
I don't know exactly, but they'd been there for a few days, I'll say.
So what took you so long to find the car if the car was parked there for several days?
What took us so long to find it?
Yes, if the car was parked over there for like several days.
Nobody came across that car.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's the presser. The video that he's talking about is this one. So we'll play this in a second. I know a lot of you will have already seen it. I've already seen it. I think what I'm going to do is screen record this and then put it in an editor to line it up a bit. Because it is very dark. But you see, sometimes messing with the colour and the contrast and stuff makes you see things on a video that isn't really there. So it can be a little bit counterproductive. But I think that was quite useful to get a feel for what the police are working with at the moment. So I think at the moment they are assuming this isn't a murder-suicide. However, you know, he was very keen to stress that it's the medical examiner who will determine the manner of death for Matthew. Savanah hasn't been formally identified yet, but I don't think it can be anybody else other than Savanah. I think there are people who saw her in that vehicle who know her, sadly, and know it was her. But the police do have to go with what the medical examiner gives them, you know, to be objective. But with Matthew, gunshot to the right side of the head, it sounds pretty like not quite execution style, but it doesn't rule out the possibility for suicide. Like with the shot being the right side of the head, then that's where you might point the gun if you were going to shoot yourself in the head. However, they are investigating this as a capital murder. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's anything else other than a murder. I can't see it, just the way that it's all playing out now. But let's play this video in real time and then I'll slow it down. And I'm kind of regretting not putting this through an editor before I went live, because it would help, I think. Let's just read this text. On 12/26/23, 2 victims were found deceased in a vehicle at 5900 block of Danny K. And that's about 3 miles away from where Savanah and Matthew's apartment was. So that's why it wasn't found sooner. I mean, we don't know when that vehicle was parked there. You know, we don't know if they were murdered at that location or whether that car was just driven there and just dumped. We don't know that yet. So there's lots of chatter on social media about gunshots being heard, but these come from all kind of different places. And San Antonio, you know, it's heavy populated, isn't it? So I'm not going to take any of that as being factual at the moment. The medical examiner's office identified the victims as Savanah and 22-year-old Matthew. So they're saying here that they have identified Savanah as well. I mean, I can't see it. It's not anyone else, is it? Below is the video footage taken from a nearby location of where the bodies were found. In the video are 2 persons of interest, one driving a dark-coloured pickup truck, the other driving the victim's silver Kia Optima. Anyone with information on this dark-coloured pickup truck with a bed cover or the other 2 persons of interest seen in this video is encouraged to call San Antonio PD Homicide at 210-207-7674 or 210-207-7440. You can remain anonymous when providing any information on this case. All right, let's play this video. Zoom in a little bit. That's as far as I can zoom on this. Okay, we'll play it in real time first and then I'll slow it down. This video should tell police how long the bodies were there, right? I don't know if there's a date on this. We don't have a date on this surveillance, so we don't know. He did answer that question to the media. We don't know whether the bodies were already in that vehicle. We don't know whether that vehicle, when that vehicle was parked there. Wonder if they could get the license plate. You can't from this. like even if I increase the contrast on this, you still can't get the license plate. However, they should be able to get that license plate from surveillance on the road. Let's have a look at 5900 Danny K Drive. All right, so I've got it on the map, but I'll play that in a second. No, you can't get the plate from that. It doesn't matter how good your editing software is, you're never going to get a license plate. But they should be able to get the license plate from other surveillance. It's a very, very built up area. I think there's a passenger in the truck. Watch closely. The rag towel moves. Let's just play this in real time. Then I'll slow it down. So the big guy gets out. I mean, he's very, very, very noticeable. Somebody should be able to ID him straight away. So he's bent down. Gets back in his truck. Gets something out. There's somebody else there. So he wipes down the car with something. And then that drives off. Now, this is the police zooming in. This is not me zooming in. This is not my edit. Right. I'm going to slow this down. So let's play this from the beginning. Oh, I hate Facebook videos. They're so difficult to navigate. All right, so the truck drives in. This is on 0.5 speed. Yeah, the Kia, the silver vehicle, is Matthew's car. Matthew and Savannah's car. So this is Matthew and Savannah's car here. But they're not driving it. So we don't know the date. We don't know when this was. They haven't told us when this was. Another YouTuber zoomed in and you can see someone in the truck hand the man a white shirt or towel. Yes, you can. Yeah, the big guy's got some kind of rag towel. So they're bending in. There's one person there and then there's the big guy. Big Smoke. Let's call him Big Smoke. So Big Smoke goes back to his vehicle, gets something, opens the door again. Is there someone there? It looks like there's someone there. Yeah, there is someone there. And then there's a drive. Is that person driving? Okay, so this is the police zooming in. I'm pretty sure there's someone there. I think this is after the murder took place. They drove the car, parked it, and left the scene. Yeah, that's what it. What's this nonsense? That's what it does look like to me as well. Oh, Lena Keel's still missing from San Antonio. This is little Lena Keel from 2 years ago. I'm going to do an update on Lena's case soon, for those who are still following her case. I'm going to watch this once more, then we'll get the map up. So both cars arrive at the same time. That's as far as I can zoom in. I don't know if there is someone there. I think that might be just like light and shadow, honestly. Yeah, I think that's just light. He gets something out. Big Smoke gets something out of his truck. And then chucks it back in. Yeah, Lena Keel, 2 years, yeah. She'd have been 6 now. I think she was trafficked, honestly. Right, so Big Smoke gets out. I mean, he's not going anywhere fast, is he? Big Smoke, let's face it. Opens the door. There's a cut there, which is annoying. Messes about. Takes something out. He's got something in his hand there. So I think that's cleanup crew. Once more, then we'll have a look at the map. Yeah, silver car doesn't turn lights on. Yeah. And it's tinted windows as well, isn't it? So it's difficult to see anything. Like, however much I lighten this, you're still not going to be able to see in those windows. Which probably is a good thing, honestly. Because, yeah, I do believe they're dead. I think this is cleanup crew. Big Smoke comes along and assesses the situation. Wipes down the side of the vehicle. Neither vehicle had lights on. Car used blinker and truck only had brake lights, yeah. The big guy looked like he had something under his shirt. I think it's too many pies, honestly, that this guy had under his shirt. I'm not body shaming or anything, but this dude's he's a big guy, the big fella. This is going to be one of them videos that we all watch about 5 million times. Maybe he's picking up a gun with the rag. That's a very good point. Because I heard, and the police, I don't think the police have said this, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was no gun found at the scene. So it can't be murder-suicide if there's no weapon at the scene. Somebody had to take it away. There is someone else there. There is someone else there. There's someone else gets out. See, they pop their head back in. So, yeah, someone else was there. So someone's driving, big smoke. Right, I've got to watch it again. Sorry, guys, but this is going to be one of them videos that I watch about 5 gazillion times. So big smoke turns up. Right, Kia comes round the corner. A girl driver. I don't know the gender of the driver, but there is that. Right, so the driver of this gets out. Big smoke. Big smoke to me looks like the boss. Big smoke to me looks like he's there to assess the situation, make sure everything's done right. It's just all obviously speculation. He could be the guy who takes the weapon. And that could be a good suggestion, whoever said that before. And that's what the rag is. So Big Smoke gets something out of his truck. He goes back to his truck and gets something. And then leans back in. And the driver of the Kia gets out. There. Yeah, I think that is a female. And then Big Smoke has something, puts it in his vehicle. Yeah, I think he's taking the gun with a towel. Yeah. I think that's really good. I think that's a distinct possibility. Because if there was no gun found at the scene, you can't shoot your girlfriend and then shoot yourself in the head and then remove the gun. Once you've shot yourself in the head, that's it. Game over. He's got something. Gets out of his truck with something. Driver gets out. Yeah, that's either a female or a guy with long hair. Big Smoke has something in that rag. Big Smoke picking up the... No, I don't think Big Smoke picks up the driver. Oh, stop it. I don't want to watch you, whatever that is. No, I don't think Big Smoke picks up the driver because the driver gets back in and then the Kia drives away. Is there an orange light in the car? Don't know. But anyway, this is 5900 Danny Care. So this is where the Kia was found. Danny Care Drive. This is Danny Care Drive. And there's 5900. So if we zoom out, I mean, look how built up it is. I mean, look at that. The amount of surveillance there must be huge. Huge. Look at it. Big Smoke's passenger tosses a rag to him. Car driver wants something wiped off. Yeah, but if they wanted something wiped off, wouldn't they just do it themselves? Why did they need Big Smoke to come along and wipe it? I think Big Smoke takes something away. Could have been Savanah driving. It depends on the time, doesn't it? There's no time on that surveillance video. We don't know what time it's from, Jay. There's no time on the surveillance video, which is annoying. Let's just go down to street level here. So this is 59 Danny Care. 5900 Danny Care. So that's just like a regular house. So we don't know whether this location, the people here, are connected in any way, or whether the car was just dumped here. We don't know the answer to that yet. We don't know what direction they came from either. And we don't know whether that surveillance video is from directly from this location, or whether the car was just dumped at this location. But there should be loads of surveillance. I mean, these houses are set back from the road, so ring doorbell might not be useful, but it's a very built up area. Like the Kia and the truck should be caught on surveillance all over the place. That's a dead end. I'm just having a drive around. But it is very like residential. Like, where is this in relation to? Okay. Lost it now. Where's my pin gone? Where's my pin gone? Whoa. All right, so Danny Kate's northwest of San Antonio, like centre. So it's very suburban, isn't it? It's in the suburbs. Don't think it's the first rodeo. No, me neither. Problem is they were caught on camera. Yeah. I mean, that car could just have been dumped there because it's maybe it's because it is quiet there and residential around there. Maybe they thought dumping it there would be safer. But why dump it there? Why not drive it out to, I don't know, drive it out to like woodland or something? I suppose they might not wanted to take it on like a highway. Maybe they were trying to avoid like major roads. It did take days to find it, yeah. Yeah, because it's out in the suburbs. So that house there might have nothing to do with what went down. I've got to take another look at this video. So let's read this again. 12/26/23. 2 victims were found deceased in a vehicle, 5900 block of Danny Care. Medical examiner's office identified the victims as 18-year-old Savanah Soto and 22-year-old Matthew Guerra. Below is the video footage taken from a nearby location of where the bodies were found. So it is at Danny Care. In the video, 2 persons of interest, one driving a dark-coloured pickup truck, the other driving the victim's silver Kia. So they believe that the driver of the Kia is not Savanah, because they're saying that that's a person of interest. So I think they believe that Savanah and Matthew were already dead at this time. That's just the way this is worded to me. It was left in an apartment complex parking lot. Yeah, but it doesn't look like there's an apartment complex there. We'll have another look in a minute. In the video are 2 persons of interest, one driving dark coloured pickup, so that's Big Smoke, and the other driving the victim's silver Kia Optima, who looks like a female, but could be a guy with long hair, but it does look like the hair's tied back. Anyone with any information on this dark coloured pickup truck with a bed cover are the other 2 persons of interest seen in this video. So Big Smoke had a passenger. Michelle probably has pins up holding up her eyelids. I don't glitter it. I went to sleep really early last night. I was asleep by what time did I end my live on Sean Williams? So I was awake maybe for 2 hours after that, and I just zonked out, just fell completely asleep. And I woke up at 4 because Cassie wanted her breakfast and a poo. She has a poo first, then she has a breakfast. So no, I've had at least 6 hours sleep, and I'm going to go back to bed for an hour after this. So they say one driving dark coloured pickup truck, the other driving the victim's Kia Optima. Anyone with any information on this dark coloured pickup truck with a bed cover are the other 2 persons of interest seen in this video. So are they saying the other 2 in addition to the driver of the pickup truck, so Big Smoke? So there could be 2 or 3 persons of interest. So call SAPD homicide at 210-207-7674 or 210-207-7440. You can remain anonymous when providing information. So hopefully somebody has information. Let's slow this down again. Where's my cog? It's annoying. Oh, there's my cog. Okay. Oh, it's already slowed down. So this is already slowed down. Right, so Big Smoke gets out. Opens the door. Having a chat. Goes back to his truck. So somebody in there hands him something. So there is a passenger in there. Somebody hands him that rag. Driver gets out. Briefly. And then ducks back in. And Big Smoke gets back in with the rag. Chucks the rag on the seat. Didn't realise they were on camera. No, they probably didn't. They probably didn't realise there was a surveillance camera in this quiet little street. That dude should be easily recognisable to anybody in that community. Unless he's from miles and miles and miles away. I wish that you hadn't clicked that. That's annoying. So that is a girl, isn't it? That is a girl. Chucks the rag back in. There could be a gun. I think the suggestion about, oh, don't play this stupid thing. Hate Facebook. Yeah, I do think that the driver of the Kia, yeah, I think is a girl. You think Matt was meeting somebody for a delivery while on the way to the hospital with Savanah and they were jacked? No, because she was due. She was due at the hospital the day after. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, but I don't know that they were on the way to the hospital because their hospital bag was still at the house, was still at their apartment. So I think this all went down on the 22nd, Friday. So Savanah was last seen at 2 p.m. on the 22nd. And she was due to go to the hospital for an induction the day after, so on the Saturday. And there is a photograph. Now, I don't know whether... Okay, so this is at the vigil from someone called Triple A's. This dude. Now, I've no idea. This dude might be a friend of the family. It's pretty easy to identify if you knew him. We don't know if this is the guy or not, but this is at the vigil. But I'm guessing that the family of either Savanah or Matthew might know this dude and be able to vouch for him if he's somebody there for genuine reasons. Just because this is a big guy doesn't mean to say is the same big guy as the Big Smoke in the truck. Someone saw the truck in the far back. What, in this picture? I can't zoom in any further. But this is from the news. This is from ABC News. Someone's just took a screenshot. And then someone else has just posted this in my Facebook group. So someone called Triple A's took a screenshot from the news and said, oh my God, it's him. Vigil belly sits too high, truck belly hangs lower. Yeah. Yeah, this guy doesn't look as big. I don't think it's him either. I think this guy, I mean, it could be wrong, could be totally wrong, because Big Smoke was bending down. It does look like him, but I don't know if it is him. I think the truck guy seems older just by the way he was getting out. There's a live of the vigil. A lot of bikers, Christians praying, etc. His belly looks to be the same size. I don't know. It's a shame to start accusing him. If it's not him. To me, he doesn't look as big as Big Smoke. Let's watch the video again. But it's just what somebody posted in my group. But not saying that that dude is anything to do with it at all. There is a likeness, but that's not good enough for ID purposes, is it? To me, Big Smoke here, when he gets out, looks bigger. Watch. That's a big guy. That's a big guy. He's not just got a big belly, he's big all over. He's a big guy. Like, big shoulders. This guy's just bigger all over, in my opinion. Like, probably taller, just broader, and a bigger belly. But it's difficult to tell because this dude's either getting out of his truck or he's bending over. I mean, look at him. Big arms. Somebody knows that guy. Come on. Somebody knows this guy. I'm sure of it. I wish they hadn't have cut that, because we might have been able to see more of the passenger who hands him the rag. So the driver just pops up and then gets back out. And then he gets back in, holding his rag. And this dude doesn't look nearly as big, in my opinion. Like, the arms don't look as big. So I don't think that's him. God probably got a nickname, Tiny. Yeah. Yeah. All round huge. He is all round huge. I don't think this is the guy. I don't think this is the guy that we're looking for. And then, once again, this is 5900 Danny K. So they're saying that the Optima was found here. So is it there? Did they park there? No, because they came round, didn't they? Like the Kia came round the corner. So where's this apartment complex then on Danny Care? Because this is just a like single-story homes by the looks of things. Like this looks like quiet residential area by the. Where's the apartments? Oh, there's some apartments. Here we go. These are apartments. Here we go. This is more like it. Further down the street here. So I think they must have parked it somewhere. Somewhere on this side of the street. Because all the others are single-story residences. So they must have been round the back of there somewhere. See first apartment near Food Mart. All right. So there's Food Mart. Food Mart. What am I looking at? When was this image? July 2022. This image was from. It says there at the bottom. July 2022 image capture. Oh, sorry. Don't see what I'm seeing. It's okay. I've done it now. So we've got, that's the pin, 5900. Hold on, 5803, 58, 58, 5903. These are 5903. So all these are 58. This is 59. So it's around here somewhere. Kalinas at Medical Apartments. All right, so if we go down to street. Let me go down to street, you muppet. Why not let me go? There we go. Whoa, I'm in the sky. Oh no! Oh no, I'm too zoomed in, that's why. Now you're pissing me off. Now you're really pissing me off. All right. Do it this way. There we go. So there's Food Mart. So this is from last year. So it says down the bottom here, image capture, July 2022. Plates were changed. No one thought it was the Kia. Locals should know this man. It's not like he can easily hide in a crowd. Yeah, but remember, this is 3 miles away from, like, Savanah's apartment. So they might have chosen this location because it's not where any of them live. But I think people generally should recognize him if they know him. You know, I don't think we have a situation like Bridge Guy in the Delphi case, where it's just a nondescript middle-aged man who could be a whole bunch of people. This guy is very distinctive. So if you know him, you know him. If you know him, you know him. So we don't know exactly where they were parked, but it's round here somewhere. He may be far away now, or from far away. Yeah. He, to me, seems like the big boss. He, to me, seems like the guy who's checking it, making sure that they've done everything right, and quite possibly takes the weapon away. Left of the food mart. Left in what direction? This left? Could be there. There's a fence there. So I could park back down there. That would be really stupid because Food Mart definitely would have a camera. That Food Mart is now yellow. Go down the driveway to the right of Food Mart. Right in what direction though? Right here. Can't go down there. Can't go down there either. I'm not really that fussed. We just know this is the general area. Go straight down the drive. Which drive? This way? This way? Because those are single story houses. Or this way. So again, there's Food Mart. You can't see it if Google, yeah, that's right. If the Google car didn't drive down, then you can't see it. Exactly. Anyway, we don't need to go down any alleys. We just know this is the general vicinity of where the car was found. It doesn't really tell us very much because this location could have been chosen because it's just a quiet spot and nobody who is connected to the murder lives there. The big guy driving the truck, does he have a possible beard or is that a shadow? I'm not sure. Oh, this dude. Don't want to know. Big Smoke is definitely not the big boss. He's just another lackey. Oh yeah, I don't doubt that. The big boss, the big boss, won't get his hands dirty. But maybe Big Smoke is just more experienced at these things. I just get the feeling Big Smoke's there for a reason. He's having a proper conversation there. Gets thrown a rag by Big Smoke's passenger, goes back, opens the door. The driver of the Kia gets out. Big Smoke's doing something. So driver gets out. Big Smoke leans in. Still chatting, and then drives away. Probably telling her where to park the car and that he'll drive around and pick her up. We need Dog the Bounty Hunter. Yeah. He's made threats against the family. I'm scared for her because he's putting other females nearby in the grave. Oh dear. What if he's the dad of the girl in the driving seat? Does he look old enough? I mean, yeah, it could be a family affair. Yeah, absolutely. I don't like the fact that they jump cut that. That's annoying. Because that's when the rag gets passed to him. So girl gets out, girl gets back in. And then he takes that away. I think he's taken the weapon away. If they didn't find the weapon at the scene, I think Big Smoke's got the weapon. Yeah, it was a hit, yeah. Yeah. The two people in the truck and at least one in the driver's seat of the Kia. Yes, I agree. So there's 3 people at least involved in this. But I do think that they'll get them because they've been silly. They've been silly. They got caught on camera. And if they've been caught on that camera, then you can guarantee they've been caught on other cameras. They're not quite as bright as they thought they would be in there. So it feels to me, and this is just my speculation, my opinion, it feels to me like this isn't the cartel. This is a local dispute. You know, people who have some experience of gang violence, but they're not like the big guys. That's right. Should be more cams they can backtrack. Yes. They should be able to follow that vehicle or both of those vehicles. Yeah, I gave him the name Big Smoke. He looks like the dude from that video game. What's it called? San Andreas. It's the only video game I've ever really played. And Big Smoke was in it. Big Smoke was the boss. Hold on. I'll show you. Show him. Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto, Big Smoke. Wouldn't restore to probably his missus. Could be his sister. Oh, I'm not even sharing it, am I? Sorry, guys. There's Big Smoke. I don't know. Could be his sister. Could be his cousin. Seems older than most cartel members. They don't usually live into their 40s and 50s. Yeah, it is. It's really sad that Savanah got mixed up with this guy. Yeah. I mean, you've got to feel sorry for Matthew and his family. You know, we were all speculating, so I definitely was, that this was a murder-suicide. That was one theory. That was a good theory, given that last year he did beat her up and she had to be, you know, she had to get hospital treatment. So that was a good theory. But it does seem that Matthew was just as big a victim as Savanah and little Fabian. They were going to call the baby Fabian, so I am going to call him by his name. I called him by his name in my video this morning, or yesterday morning, should I say. Matthew was tortured, they said. Yeah, his family have said that, yeah. So I think I'm going to call it a day there, because I don't want to go down the route of looking at a bunch of TikToks and a bunch of Facebook stuff, and I don't want to go there, because there's so much that could be completely irrelevant. Driver of the truck was cleanup crew. Yeah, I think so. He came to check it, make sure that they hadn't left any evidence behind, came with his rag, took the gun away. Yeah. So maybe he was the one who supplied the weapon. Did you watch the press conference from the day they were found? Yes, I did. I played it on a live stream. So the last live stream I did on this case, I played it there. His car, no weapon found. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And that obviously tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it? Tells you everything you need to know. If it's murder-suicide, the weapon is going to be by the side of the person who was the suicide. Like, you can't shoot yourself in the head and then go and hide the weapon, can you? You just can't. You're already dead. So it seems to me that if it's true that there's no weapon in the vehicle, then I think Big Smoke's got that weapon. I think Big Smoke's got it. And the phone. Wasn't the phone missing as well? Yeah, Fabian was going to be so handsome. Yeah. No cell phone in the car, right? Exactly. That's what I've heard. We've not got official confirmation of that, but that's what I've heard. That's what's being said. We don't know that for sure. Police said baby carrier was on Savanah. Yeah, so they grabbed the baby carrier maybe out of the back possibly and just thrown it, maybe. Matthew's phone is missing. Okay. So we'll wait for further news. I'm gonna go to bed, back to bed for an hour, and then later today I want to make a video about Idaho, the Idaho 4 house demolition. I want to make a video about that. Only a short one, I think, but got some things I want to say about that. So I'm going to do that later, but I'm going to carry on following this very closely, and I'll be back when there's a new update. So thank you guys. Thank you for joining me today. I don't think I had any donations, but if I've missed any, then thank you. And sorry if I've missed any. Thank you as always to the mods. Thank you everyone for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. I shall see you later. Bye guys.